Hello there, Bloomers and friends. It is great to be with you today. Russ tells me this is BloomTube number 493. So only 7 more to go till we hit the big 500. Isn't that exciting? It's just amazing to realize that I've been around since the beginning. And so I can remember the day that Russ volunteered to say he could do the videos, and 500 BloomTubes later, here we are. And the other thing about it is, I remember when during the worship service, as they were getting ready to go back up north, Dick Anderson said, it'd be really nice if there was a video or something so that we could connect with Bloom. And it all came together on that particular Sunday and picked up in the next week, and it just started happening. We've had our, developments and learned how to do it, and throughout the time, and find out a little bit about what people like and what people don't like. And yet, there's just a standard, solid core coming through of the fact that BloomTube is a way for us to communicate kind of what's going on at Bloom, as well as keeping in connection when people are away, as well as getting the information out there about what's going on. As far as what's going on in the life of Bloom, we are looking forward to this Sunday when Bloom Tones returns and provides our special music. We're also going to have the special musicians along with Bloom Tones. We're looking forward to Kurt Jordan and on the piano, and other musicians providing special music as well. It's going to be a lovely service this Sunday. And the thing about Sunday services now is that those who want to can, and are friends of mine for the time being, are friends of mine on Facebook. We are doing Facebook Live at the beginning of the service. So the camera is set up in the back, and it's like you're sitting in the back of the room and being a part of our worship service. What's really amazing for that is that we have so far had, for last Sunday's service, more than 200 views, and have about 20 comments from people talking about how they like it, or they tuned in, or something like that. There is a time in the middle when we're doing prayer time that we turn the camera off in order to maintain some privacy, and then we turn it back on for the rest of the service. So it is another dimension of our ministry. We're going to figure out about how to do that live and some other channels or something, but we've got to figure stuff out. We consider this like a soft opening at a restaurant, where you have a period of time where you're figuring out how you're going. We're also doing that with our new sound system, as we're getting a little better and better each Sunday with handling that and dealing with those kinds of things that come up and have to be adjusted, and take the feedback and work it through. That is just the way it goes. We continually are taking the feedback and working it through, and trying some new things along the way. On the Sunday, October 28th, a week from this Sunday, Bloom will have our annual All Saints recognition, honoring those people who have been among us, but now, as the old church folks used to say, have joined the mighty chorus, or are a part of the church triumphant. When I was a child, I'd say they've gone to heaven. And we are going to recognize the people, as we do when we go around the room and we remember our friends, so that we will have a saying of the names of people and the lighting of the candles and that sort of thing as a part of our worship service on the October 28th. I'm looking forward. The preacher that day is going to be Bill Bordenaro, who preached this summer for Bloom. And he is a retired UCC minister, and we got a lot of good feedback from that. There's a number of things going on that weekend, so I just asked if we could have a preacher to take that time, but I'll be there throughout the rest of the service. So I'm looking forward to hearing Bill as well. That weekend is the weekend that we have our All Saints Halloween party on that Sunday night. This is one of the funnest parties of the year. And I hope you will look in Bloom Notes for details about that. It's also on a Facebook event, and we have bulletin inserts coming up. So please plan to be with us in that time. There's one more thing going on in the life of Bloom, and that's that Some will have already noted we have experienced the passing away of Ruth Durant, who has been a wonderful part of the life of Bloom for like about a dozen years. 10 to 12 years. I've got to look it up to know exactly. But, one of the things about it, Ruth is 96 and a half years old. She was a Congregationalist and then UCC, a person who's been a part of our denominational church heritage her entire life. And so it is really something to think about, that legacy of what she has done and all the work that she did in ministry throughout the many years that she volunteered in the life of the church, and the many years that she and Stu, who were married 69 years, were able to be a part of the life of the United Church of Christ and previously the Congregational Christian Church. So we're going to miss Ruth and her trips to Bloom every so often. But it is our honor to be able to be the congregation that is been caring for her. And then also up at Weefel's Funeral Home in Yucca Valley, will be the congregation sponsoring her memorial service next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So be sure and keep all of us in your prayers in these days ahead, and know that we are connected in this way. We love one another, and that's the way in which we are the body of Christ on earth. So I hope to see you Sunday. If you can't be with us in body, please be with us in spirit, and we'll see you the next time.